This week in our exemplary leadership text, we read about encouraging the heart through leadership. I found this chapter to be really encouraging and uplifting to me personally because I have always felt that personal connections to your work encourage productivity, self-esteem, and pride. I was happy to see the text agree with me. The text outlined 10 different ways that leaders could encourage their teams. A lot of these are common sense in personal relationships, but I had not thought about them before in terms of professional relationships. Some of the methods suggested were expecting the best, being productive, being a friend, using a creative mix of rewards, creating a spirit of community, providing social support, and setting the example. For my presentation this week, I'm going to focus on 3 specific methods that the School of Music either needs to improve on or is doing well at. The first area that I feel we could improve on is to focus on clear standards. I'm happy to say, however, that we are addressing this issue actively right now. In recent weeks, discussions have taken place about our lack of organization and communication at the senior management level. What this has translated to further down the chain of command are unclear goals and objectives. If one senior manager is prioritizing one thing and another senior manager is prioritizing another, the staff is left confused about what is really important to our school. To address this, the senior cabinet is meeting next Thursday to huddle up and formulate a strategy for going forward. We are going to try to get a game plan together which reorganizes our structure in a way that makes more sense so that our entire support system understands the common message and that there are established clear standards for everyone. The second area that I feel we can improve is simply to pay more attention. While our senior management team often pays attention when it has an agenda in mind, there are seldom times that I have observed when managers are paying attention simply to learn about their staff. I'm a huge fan of the TV show The Office. Part of the humor in this show is based on the manager, Michael Scott's, complete inability to be casual and personable. He is hilariously calculating and strategic to the point that it is transparent and dishonest. While on a television show, this makes for good ratings and cheap laughs. In an office, this kind of structured attention makes the staff feel nervous around management. One of our senior managers in particular is a perfect example of this. He is Michael Scott. Whenever he decides to casually walk through the office to interact with the staff, it is so obvious that he needs something. He strolls through trying to be casual when in reality he is coming to ask a favor of someone or to find out specific information. The staff in turn have learned to be leery when they see him coming because they know he's after something. The third area is one that I think that the school excels in, and that is personal recognition. There are very few across-the-board recognitions that take place at the school. Instead, the staff are rewarded in different ways that appeal to each person. For some staff, particularly our student workers, gift cards are a nice little way of showing their work in a particular project was appreciated. For other staff, having the day off is the perfect way to say thank you to or to acknowledge a particular job well done. And for others still, it's a pat on the back that they value the most. In fact, we have one woman on our staff who's a little bit older. She lives alone and really enjoys spending a lot of time with our students. She's retired and has chosen instead of staying home to simply visit our campus and help out where she can. She wants nothing more than for the dean to recognize her for appreciation. So whenever she is particularly helpful or goes above and beyond in some capacity, I always ask the dean to walk over to her office and personally tell her thank you. You would have thought that the President of the United States had walked in and told her thanks. She just thrives on that. In our action research text this week, we read 3 different plans for taking on a dissertation of the kind that we're working on. The one that pertained the most to my capstone was initiating a participatory action research group. This type of research is best for students working on a subject that may not already have extensive research being done. It's like blazing a research trail. I think I fit into this category because while internships have been researched pretty thoroughly, the blending of technology and internships is a new topic. I will have to develop my own solutions to this issue and then form my own participatory groups of students and faculty to discuss and test my theories with. Forming my own groups for research is a distinct part of my project. One of the issues that I have run into with this approach to research is that because I am sort of reinventing the internship wheel, time is very critical. I continue to worry that I'm not going to have enough time to get my project as far along as it will need to be in order to be considered complete. I think the solution to this is to be very well organized in my research plan. Spending any additional amount of time on an area that doesn't necessarily need it could actually make or break my timeline.